not slippery. These are not
Poor OG, we got him out of order now. You didn't want that Tetris spot right there? Are they backwards? No. He's a little feisty today.
He's Jesus Christ.
I just forgot to encrypt the pictures.
I just. Yeah. Now, can we put them all back?
Find a spot.
I gotta mute my phone. Karen and I beside each other?
Yep.
Hey, I'm sorry.
Carrie. No. Oh no.
Front row for you, Karen.
Yep.
Hey, I said this before was going to be
This is perfect. Got it.
I don't drink coffee,
Oh,
so
yeah.
like, I need something.
All right. Are you going to drink your water? Yes, I do. How are you?
Thank you.
Coming back.
So we sit now and then stand when they come in, right?
Yep. Oh. Oh. Mr. Dave. Good morning, and welcome to the 155th commencement ceremony of Lebanon High School. This event is the culmination of years of hard work and perseverance on the part of our students, their families, and the faculty and staff of our school. Since this morning is special, we ask that all attending here display dignity and respect and refrain from any behavior that would detract from the significance of the ceremony. Thank you. And now, please join me in welcoming the graduating class of 2025 and the faculty and staff of Lebanon High School. At this time, would those in attendance please stand as our Lebanon High School Air Force Junior ROTC present the colors and remain standing for the singing of the national anthem. Gentlemen, remove your mortarboards. Thank you, and be seated. Gentlemen, you may put your mortarboards back on. As we begin this morning's ceremony, I'd like all of us to take a moment of silence in remembrance of a student who is not here today, Robin Gail Beckman. To honor her memory, we have left a seat empty and placed a mortarboard and flowers on it. Although she is not with us this morning, she will always be part of the class of 2025, because once a warrior, always a warrior. So please join me in a moment of silent remembrance. Thank you. Creating a ceremony like this takes many hours of coordination and hard work. But most importantly, it takes a team of special people. I'd like to express my gratitude to our guidance department, main office staff, as well as our band and choir programs. Thanks also to the Lebanon High School Friends of Academics, our team teachers, our student council ushers and their advisor, and to our Air Force Junior ROTC staff and students. Finally, special thank you to the Lebanon City Schools custodian and maintenance staff, and to Scott Diebold and the entire staff of the University of Dayton Arena. We sincerely thank each and every one of you for making this morning possible. At this time, to provide us with introductions and share some thoughts about their class and to welcome our special guests, I would like to introduce our student body president, Isaac Parlett, and Addison Lamb, the president of the class of 2025, to join us on stage. Isaac is the son of Laura and Corey Parlett. Isaac will be attending Florida State University in the fall and plans to major in mechanical engineering. Addison is the daughter of Sean and Bethany Lamb. Addison will be attending Miami University and plans to study middle school education. Ladies and gentlemen, Isaac Parlett and Addison Lamb.
Good morning. To begin, we'd like to introduce the guests on stage with us. First, the members of the Lebanon City Schools Board of Education present here this morning are Mr. Roy McCutcheon, President, Mr. Michael Gliotti, Vice President, Mrs. Kim Cope, Member at Large, Mr. Michael Lane, Member at Large. Next, from our central office, I'd like to introduce Mr. Isaac Sievers, Superintendent of Lebanon City Schools, Mrs. Karen Irvin, Treasurer of Lebanon City Schools, Mr. Brian Dalton, Assistant Superintendent, Mr. Mark Grayler, Assistant Superintendent, Mr. Scott Butler, Director of Business Operations, and from Lebanon High School, Mr. Robert Reynolds, Principal, Mrs. Heidi Calvert, Assistant Principal, Mrs. Maggie Holdcamp, Assistant Principal, and finally, Mr. Joel King, Superintendent of the Warren County Career Center, and our special guest from the class of 1998, Emily Richardson Valitis.
Today is the completion of a journey that began 13 years ago. We celebrate this achievement, but should never forget that no one makes the journey alone. Each of these students is here today because of the love and support of his or her family. So, at this time, I ask that the parents, grandparents, and guardians of our seniors please stand and be recognized. Thank you, and be seated. One of the greatest assets of Lebanon City Schools is the alumni who make their homes and raise their families here for the sole purpose of sending their children to our schools. I would like to welcome and recognize all LHS alumni who are present today, including members of our very own faculty and staff, by asking them to stand at this time. Once a warrior, always a warrior. Thank you, and be seated.
This is Memorial Day weekend, a time when we will pause to remember the sacrifices of those men and women who gave their lives so we can enjoy the freedom to celebrate with family and friends today. I would like to honor all of those here this morning who have enlisted in, are currently serving in, or who are veterans of any branch of the United States military. If those guests would please stand that we can show our gratitude. Thank you for your service. The heart and soul of any great school are its teachers. At this time, I wish to recognize the faculty and staff of Lebanon City Schools and the Warren County Career Center. Please join me in thanking them for their dedication, hard work, and for their high standards they set as they challenged and encouraged us to be our best. We ask that our teachers please stand and be recognized by all gathered here this morning. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Addison Lamb, and it means so much to be standing here today, speaking to all of you on a day we have looked forward to for years. I would first like to start off by thanking my parents for being with me every step of the way, literally every step of the way. My friends for growing through every stage with me, and my teachers for believing in me even when I didn't always believe in myself. Each of you has helped lead me to this moment, and for that, I will forever be grateful. Throughout high school, we often found ourselves looking ahead, waiting for the bell to ring at 2:25, waiting for the weekend, waiting for summer, waiting to be a Lebanon High School graduate. Through this anticipation, we often overlooked the importance of the present. As we look back and reflect on our journey through Lebanon City Schools, there is a quote I believe we all should be reminded of. Oprah Winfrey said, "You can have it all, you just can't have it all at once." Our years together are a perfect example of this, each phase bringing its own unique challenges and memories. You probably remember the kindergarten clap-out at Louisa Wright. We then moved to Bowman Primary, where the best day of the year was the Bowman Carnival, and the best prize was a sucker. In third grade, we had no choice but to return to Louisa Wright, where we had rocks boxing in the library and ate lunch in the gym. By fourth grade, we found ourselves in a newly renovated building where Donovan's Got Talent took place. As we had just gotten used to fresh paint and new air conditioning, we were sent to the old junior high, where we spent fifth grade without AC or working lockers. In sixth grade, we were at Berry and made Friday walks to Wits a tradition. In seventh grade, we had a 2-week-long spring break. This would then turn into months of wearing masks, a reality that would last until the end of 8th grade. High school began with freshman focus. Along the way, we got our license, took the ACT, painted our parking spots, did senior sunrise, took one too many senior skip days, did senior sunset, visited our favorite teachers during our Through the Years walkout, and now here we are graduating. As we stand on the cusp of new beginnings, let's carry forward the lessons of the past, remain present in each moment, and embrace the future. So what now? What happens after the tassels are turned and the applause fades? We don't just move on, we move forward, not with perfection, but with intention. Stay open to change, to uncertainty, to becoming. Above all, stay grounded. No matter where life leads us next, college, careers, the military, or paths not yet imagined, this moment is a part of us. Not just an ending, but a new beginning. Thank you.
Good morning, family, friends, faculty, and most importantly, the senior class of 2025. My name is Isaac Parlett, and I'm extremely grateful for the opportunity to be up here speaking to you on this momentous day. I want to say thank you to my family, friends, coaches, and teachers. You've all made a special impact on my life and are a big part of where I am today. High school graduation represents more than just the 4 years that it's taken us to get a diploma. It represents the 13 years where we've learned and developed into the people that we are in this very moment. It's more than just the classes we've taken or the knowledge we've gained. It's about how each and every recess, lunch, gym class, and moment has shaped us from a 5-year-old that didn't even know how to read into 17 and 18-year-olds who learned to read, but sometimes still send texts that make me question it. As a class, we've had to overcome many challenges to get to where we are today. Football being banned at recess, that very weird night at Camp Joy, you guys know which one I'm talking about, a year of very tough online school, and waking up second semester senior year. In all seriousness, we all have overcome challenges and accomplished amazing things. surviving that one class, AP Chem, completing college apps, taking the ACT, and of course, the football team beating Borough. Too bad they had to call it quits after that one. Each of these challenges, no matter how annoying at the time, have made us into who we are today, and we are stronger because of them. Plus, we have endless good and bad memories we can bond over and reminisce about. In my opinion, our class has been one of the most special that I've seen. We have some of the most high-achieving, well-rounded students that I've seen out of any class. The amount of students involved in sports, clubs, and youth groups, all while challenging themselves with coursework, is genuinely impressive. We also have some of the nicest, most genuine people I've ever met. The boldness and character of high schoolers that are sharing their faith to their classmates is nothing like I've ever seen from people our age. I would like to credit and thank Jacob and Chris Shaw and everyone involved with Impact for this. The amount of lives, mine included, that Impact has changed throughout these past 5 to 6 years is nothing short of incredible. And I'm eternally grateful for the community of believers that we've been able to have right in our hometown. I'm proud to boast about all of you seniors in this building because each and every one of you guys are special and have made our 13 years together remarkable. I'm saying all of this so everyone can realize the potential they have to do great things in this world. I encourage you to take chances and follow your dreams to unlock this potential. I believe that each and every person here probably has something that they are dreaming or aspiring to do, but they are only being held back by themselves. When I was entering high school, I was super scared to be involved with anything and honestly was pretty much forced by my mom to run for student council. Thanks, Mom. If you would have told that Isaac 4 years ago that I would be the one up here giving you the speech, I would tell you that you're crazy. Out of all the things on the list of things I wanted to do in the whole wide world, this probably would have been in last place. But as I went through my first year of high school, I had an itch to be more involved. I decided to face fears and uncertainty and ended up with multiple leadership positions and was involved in many different things. I'm not saying this to put myself on a pedestal or say that I'm special because I'm not. I'm saying this because I believe good things happen when you face your fears and do that thing that you've always wanted to do. It's not easy, but it's achievable, I promise. I've failed many of the things that I've tried for, but I've always been more proud of myself for trying than regretting not doing it. The quote, "Life begins at the end of your comfort zone" by Neil Donald Walsh illustrates why we have to push ourselves and do things that might make us uncomfortable. Don't let the fear of being embarrassed or failing prevent you from achieving your dreams. Whether that is making new friends, starting your own business, or traveling the world, don't be the reason why you miss out on something great. Class of 2025, stop saying what if and start saying why not. Thank you.
At this time, I would like to welcome our salutatorians, William Alt and Caleb Nolasco. William is the son of Jeff and Beth Alt. This fall, he will attend The Ohio State University and study finance. Caleb is the son of Amanda and Jeff Nolasco. After graduation, he plans to attend Ohio University and earn a degree in secondary education. Please welcome our salutatorians, William Alt and Caleb Nolasco.
Good morning and welcome, family, friends, faculty, and the class of 2025. My name is William Alt. Some of you may know me as Will or maybe even Walt, and I am honored to be standing in front of you on such an occasion. Today is a step into our future. Today is a celebration of everything that we have achieved, and today is a day of gratitude. Thank you to all of those in attendance. Your support means more than you think. Thank you to all of the teachers, coaches, friends, and family who have invested in us and touched our lives in any way. I'd like to especially thank my dad for always pushing me to achieve things I never thought possible, my mom for providing me with unwavering love and support, and my neighbors, the Osbornes, who are the most kind and helpful people I've ever met. I remember wearing a shirt when I was younger that said Class of 2025. I never really thought about graduation, and to be honest, 2025 never seemed like a real year. But after numerous homework assignments, assemblies, practices, club events, and all of the small moments in between, here we are, 2025. I stand before you as a salutatorian. When I found out I'd be delivering a speech at graduation, I asked myself what the focus should be. And of course, I waited until the last few days to decide what I'd talk about. But after reflecting on my faith, sports, and the people around me, one lesson stood out. Class of 2025, I began this speech by saying good morning, not because it's polite or because it's what you're supposed to say when you stand at a podium. I said it because those two words hold more power than we often realize. For the past 4 years, I've played Lebanon baseball, and I've been blessed to do that. I've experienced highs and lows. Last season, our varsity team finished with 10 wins and 19 losses. This year, we've completely turned things around with a record-breaking 20-win regular season, and we're looking to make a deep run in the upcoming playoffs. But what changed? It wasn't talent, it wasn't coaching, it wasn't because of our increased aura, it was our attitude. We started showing up differently, with energy and with belief. We treated each practice, each rep, and each game like an opportunity, not a burden. And that simple shift made all the difference. We began each day with the mindset that we were going to give our best. And that brings me back to good morning. Even though I'm definitely not a morning person, just ask Mr. Hilkert, my first bell teacher. Good morning is a phrase I've come to value. Because when someone says good morning, they're not just saying hello. They're providing you with a reminder that today is a new opportunity and what you do with it is up to you. It's not about pretending every day is perfect. It's about showing up anyway, with energy, with effort, and with respect and love for the people around you. That's something I hope we all carry with us long after we walk across this stage. Baseball legend Jackie Robinson once said, "A life is not important except on the impact it has on other lives." That quote reminds me that effort and attitude aren't just about personal success. They're about the impact we have. A simple greeting, a helping hand, a strong work ethic, it all matters. The way you show up each day can inspire someone else to do the same. So, class of 2025, whether you're entering the workforce, the military, going to college, attending a trade school, or still figuring it all out, I encourage you to bring your best. Start each day with intention, and don't underestimate the power of a positive attitude, a good, kind word, or a good morning. Thank you all. And one last time, good morning, class of 2025. Let's go be great.
Good morning, everyone. First off, I want to thank my parents for always being there to encourage me and for pushing myself to the highest level I could achieve. I want to thank the teachers and faculty of this school who for the last 4 years have worked effortlessly to get us all to reach this point. I'd like to thank everyone in cross country and track for providing me with a family I could look forward to after school every day. And lastly, on behalf of the class of 2025, I want to thank everyone in the audience for being here today. To everyone in our class, congratulations, we made it. We never thought we would, but we did. For some, we spent 13 years with this district, and others as much as 1. Many of us had the great fortune to walk through the frigid, non-existent hallways of Louisa Wright for 2 winters. But at least we were able to enjoy Barry with air conditioning. Then, just when it seemed like we would finally spend 2 years in the same building for the first time since Bowman, the world was engulfed in a worldwide pandemic. And yet, still through all of that, we managed to make it here. When high school came around, there were many times where some of us felt like giving up. Whether it be that Romeo and Juliet comic, all of calculus and chem, or even just that one random morning where you wake up super early and have to bear the crushing reality that it's only Tuesday, you're sleep deprived, you have 3 tests and 12 missing assignments to do, and it's only the second week of third quarter. Still though, we managed to make it here. Throughout all these times of stress and anxiety, I've borne witness to the 2 greatest strengths of this class, our grit and unity. Our class is not one to give up easily when faced with pandemics, tough AP or CCP courses, or especially any class taught by an early. We, however, were able to endure through the struggles and come out victorious. And when the work became too difficult to deal with, those struggles, we had each other. Is it cliche to say? Yeah, but it doesn't detract from it being true. Whenever I had struggled with understanding a lesson or had struggled with doing a problem, I could always count on someone else to help me through it and to try to understand it with me. And I believe this is something everyone here can relate to. So as our paths diverge into the next chapters of our lives, I hope that everyone here will remember to stay vigilant through any challenges life may throw at you and to seek community in wherever they will be. And with those two principles, I believe we'll be able to achieve successful and meaningful lives. Finally, I want to thank everyone again for being here and making it this far. Congratulations once again to Class of 2025 for making it to this point, and good luck. And before I go, I'd like everyone to bow their heads and lift them back up. And let's continue this commencement. Shout out Gabe and shout out Liam for this watch.
It is now my privilege to introduce our guest speaker, Mrs. Emily Velitis. Ms. Velitis is a graduate of the Lebanon High School class of 1998. She graduated from Miami University in 2002 with a degree in secondary English education and taught at LHS for 3 years before moving to Washington, D.C. in 2005 and Chicago in 2008. She received a Master's of Arts in Curriculum Studies from DePaul University in Chicago. During her 20 years of teaching, she contributed to the teacher's manuals of numerous textbooks, was honored as a Coca-Cola Scholars Educator of Distinction and a Microsoft Innovative Educator, and presented to/mentored AP teachers and students across the country. In May of 2023, Ms. Velitis left education to work as the Director of AP English Language and Composition, designing and developing course and exam content. AP English Language and Composition has over 600,000 students taking the exam in 2025 domestically and internationally. She now lives in Oak Park, Illinois with her husband Jay and 2 children, Jack and Anya. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming our graduation guest speaker, Mrs. Emily Velitis.
Thank you, Isaac, for those kind remarks. Thank you to Lebanon City Schools for providing me and these graduates a first-class education. And thank you, Class of 2025, for bestowing upon me the incredible privilege of being your graduation speaker. What an honor, truly. It is such a full circle moment for me to be sitting in front of some of my incredible former colleagues, and especially in front of my former teachers who are true legends in my book. Bunny Brooks, Marty Collier, Tony Crawford, Terry Harris, and Dan McCarty. Thank you for all that you've done for thousands of students, including myself. I remember how I felt sitting in your seats. Well, not really, because my graduation was held at Vandegrift Stadium, and my transcript had a typing class on it. Yes, a class that taught me how to type on a typewriter. And the only Nokia that I was familiar with was a cell phone with an antenna. But still, like you, I was excited to move on to the next chapter of my life. Excited, but anxious. I loved Lebanon, but it was all I had ever known. I graduated alongside people I had called friends since my diaper days at Lump. I'd been thinking about being a teacher since I joined Future Teachers of America while at Berry. Maroon and white weren't just part of my Friday attire, they were part of who I was. So when it came time for graduation, I realized I wasn't just graduating, I was starting a new life, and suddenly, Onward Lebanon felt more like foreshadowing than a celebratory fight song after football games. But onward I went. My 18-year-old self would be flabbergasted at the life I live today. She never could have imagined she'd be the director of the largest AP course, responding to media requests from the New York Times and replying to President Obama's press secretary. She never could have imagined receiving 13 passport stamps from traveling the world and ultimately settling down in a big city like Chicago. She never could have understood that getting married and having children late in life would be the most rewarding and meaningful gift of all. But none of this happened by chance or mere luck. The experiences I have had are not because they fell in my lap. And while hard work played a role, what truly guided me were my core values, values that helped me make decisions, both small and large. These experiences taught me something invaluable, not just about careers, but about life. And that's what I'm here to share with you as you prepare to move onward. I could stand here and preach advice about the things that I think make an essential life, like reading good books, taking care of yourself, and eating Skyline chili twice a week. But those things depend on personal taste and might not resonate with anyone. So instead, I want to offer a way of approaching life that anyone can adopt at any stage. It's a mindset, an attitude. It comes down to trusting yourself, knowing your worth, and putting yourself in a position to shape the narrative of your life. You are the author of your own story. And to fully take ownership of your life, you must be open. Specifically, my first piece of advice is to be open to straying from your plan. Be open to new ideas, be open to new experiences. I believe my life is so rich today because I allowed myself to not follow a path too rigidly. When I was your age, though, my plan was very heavily crafted. I had spent years thinking about and preparing for college by filling my resume with classes, sports, clubs, leadership positions, volunteer opportunities. I had a very clear vision of who I was and what I wanted to become. In fact, I distinctly remember my final interview for a teaching position at LHS. Then Superintendent Bill Sears asked me to describe my retirement party. And without hesitation, I painted a picture. A mid-sized gathering at the Golden Lamb gazebo with my kids, grandchildren, and fellow LHS colleagues. I was so certain that even if I didn't always live in Lebanon, I would always teach there. But then, after spending a summer in Washington, D.C., I fell in love with the capital and began the first in a series of risky decisions. I left the comfort of Lebanon and moved to a city where I knew no one but my brother. While there, I developed a close-knit group of friends and gained a deeper understanding of myself because I was removed from the safety of home. Then, 3 years later, I moved to Chicago to be closer to family and found myself living in what I believe is the greatest city in America and teaching at an extraordinary high school that I was sure would be the place where I actually did retire. Then, I faced another hard decision in my life, to leave education. For 20 years, I was lucky enough to call myself a teacher and felt very comfortable in my day-to-day life. I loved my school, my students, teaching. But then an incredible opportunity to work for College Board became available, one I could not turn down. And when I considered taking the job and thinking about what it meant for my future, I was terrified and full of what ifs. What if I wasn't good enough? What if I missed teaching? What if I regretted taking the job? But then I realized the more important question was, what if I regretted not taking the job? I ultimately decided it was worth the risk and left behind yet another life that felt safe and easy for one that felt like the complete opposite. New role, new routine, new identity, new purpose. But even though the job didn't fit into the vision I once had for my future, it aligned with who I am and what I value. I'm still helping students, just on a much, much larger scale. Graduates, you too will face moments that challenge your idea of what you think your life should look like, moments that pull you off course. And while those moments may feel intimidating, I encourage you to take that leap of faith. There is no crystal ball for your life. The world is changing rapidly. The future you dream of today might look very different in 5 years, but it might look even better. Be open to a life you have yet to imagine. But the problem with being open and taking risks is it can be scary. Change and uncertainty are scary. In fact, I'm sure that each of you, no matter how excited you are for your next steps, may be a bit anxious. That's natural. So here's my second message. When you face moments of uncertainty, trust yourself, trust your core values, and know that no matter how fearful you feel, you are the navigator of your journey. Growing up, my mom, who was a teacher in this district and the kind of wonderfully involved but not too helicoptery of a parent, would say goodbye to me and my siblings every day with the same mantra: make it a great day. Of course, there were days of normal teenings when I rolled my eyes and stormed out the door, racing to beat the first bell, but over time, this constant refrain ended up being a hallmark of my upbringing and something I still remember to this day when I get out of bed. Make it a great day. Not have a great day, but make it a great day. That slight turn of phrase makes all the difference. My insightful mom wasn't trying to prattle off a cliche. She was teaching us something powerful: agency. She reminded us that we had control over our day, and more importantly, over how we responded to the things that happened to us. I was the one in charge of my happiness, my success. There have been plenty of days in my life I have faced struggles, ones that I will always carry with me, but the beauty of my mom's lesson is this: I have the power to choose my perspective. No matter what happens to me, I can still make it a great day. Life is not something that happens to us, not something we idly move through. It is something that we live, something we are a part of. And that truth continues to give me comfort, and I hope it does the same for you. Graduates, no matter what lies ahead, you have the power to make it a great day. Take the values that have been instilled in you from your teachers, your parents, your family, but also each other. Look around you. These faces have helped shape who you are and who you will become in ways that might not be clear today. In moments of doubt, remember the roots you have established here. Let these core beliefs be your compass. They will steady you in challenging times and help you to make it a great day. When I was a student here, taking AP English Literature with the LHS icon Doris Snell, she introduced me to one of my favorite writers, Walt Whitman. He captures my advice to you in his poem, Song of Myself, when he writes about the future saying, "Not I, nor anyone else can travel that road for you. You must travel it yourself. It is not far, it is within reach. Perhaps you have been on it since you were born and did not know. Perhaps it is everywhere, on water and on land. Shoulder your duds, dear son, and I will mine. Let us hasten forth. Wonderful cities and free nations we shall fetch as we go." Class of 2025, you have bright, exciting days ahead of you. It is time to venture into the great unknown and trust that you have the grounding, the strength, and the power to make it a great day. You're ready. So my final message is simple: onward, Lebanon. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Velitis. We greatly appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedule to come and share with us today. At this time, I would like to direct your attention to the area behind the graduates for a musical presentation by the Lebanon High School Band under the direction of Mr. David Einelli. They will be performing Into the Sunset by Matt Conaway. Thank you, Mr. Iannelli and band members. And now we have a few remarks from our principal, Mr. Reynolds.
Good morning, members of the class of 2025. Unlike other occasions, I'm going to be brief this morning. Yeah, I know. I've just 3 things to share with you. The first is the shortest, and yet it's the most important, and that is simply congratulations. Congratulations. This is your day, your hour, your moment. Congratulations to those who excelled in the classroom. Congratulations to those who got involved and became part of a club, activity, team, or organization. Congratulations to those who committed themselves to career and technical education. And to those of you who lived in Mrs. Upper's room for the last few months, finishing your credits, and you know who you are, congratulations, because I am most proud of you. Because you know how long this road has been, and how often it seemed that this day would never come. And yet here you are, ready to walk across this stage and graduate. So to one and all, congratulations and well done. The second thing is I want to remind you of something that none of you even remember. At 7 a.m., August 11th, 2021, you walked into the gym for the first time as high schoolers for Freshman Focus. And at the end of that day, each of you were given a challenge. You were asked to get involved in our school, to become leaders, and most importantly, to make a difference. So now, this morning, on your last day at Lebanon High School, we're going to see how well you listened to that challenge. Parents, guardians, family, and friends, let's see how well they did. Members of the class of 2025, during the last 4 years, if you participated in a sport, be it on the freshman, JV, or varsity level, please stand up. Thank you. Be seated. Members of the class of 2025, during the last 4 years, if you joined a club, participated in activity, performed on stage, sang, or played an instrument for our school, please stand up. Thank you. Be seated. If you completed a Career Center program on or off campus, please stand up. Thank you. Be seated. If you received an award for your grades, conduct, or attendance, please stand up. Be seated. And finally, if you supported your school and your classmates by attending a game, a concert, play, or dance, please stand up. Family and friends, how well do you think they did? Be seated. Lastly, it is a tradition that I have at commencement that as principal, I give a challenge to the graduating class. Those in attendance here who don't know me, before I came to Lebanon, I was an administrator at some schools that, well, the students were a little less well behaved than ours are. So when a group of students was going to leave the campus on a field trip at one of those schools, I'd get a little bit stressed out because I was worried how they might behave. So before they got on the bus, I'd get them all in the lobby, get their attention. I would say something that went like this. All right, listen up. In a few minutes, you will leave this building. When you do so, and for the next few hours, you're ambassadors for this school. People that don't know us or our school will learn about us based on how you walk, talk, act, and behave yourselves. It's my expectation that you do so in a manner that brings honor to yourselves, your families, this community, and our school. Is that clear? 27 years in administration, never had a disciplinary issue with students on field trips. Class of 2025. Okay, all right. Class of 2025, my challenge to you this morning is this. In a few minutes, you will come up here, walk across this stage, and graduate. And when you leave this place, and for the rest of your lives, you are ambassadors for Lebanon High School. the people you meet in college, the military, the workplace, in cities and towns far from here who don't know us or our school will, by how you walk, talk, act, and live your lives. It is my firm belief that you will do so in a manner that brings honor to yourselves, your families, this community, and our school. And looking at you here this morning, I know that you will. Members of the class of 2025, on behalf of the faculty and staff of Lebanon High School, thank you for 4 wonderful years. Good luck, God bless you, and onward, Lebanon!
The valedictorian of the class of 2025 is Wesley Holdcraft. Wesley is the son of Robert and Laura Holdcraft. In the fall, he plans to attend Ohio State University and study computer science engineering. Ladies and gentlemen, Wesley Holdcraft.
Good morning. Before I get started, I want to express my gratitude to all the people that helped me make it onto this stage today. First, I would like to say thank you to the teachers, staff, and coaches of Lebanon High School, not just from me, but from all of us. Skipped a line there. First, restart it again. Whether in the classroom, on the track, court, or field, or even just selling mulch and mattresses, your support has meant more than you know and hasn't gone unnoticed. To my friends, thank you for the great memories we will take with us when we leave here today, and for being there through all the highs and the lows that the past 4 years have brought. Most importantly, thank you to my family. Thank you for the love you have shown me every day and the pride you have expressed in my accomplishments. Thank you to my Nana, Papa, and Granddad for being here today, and my Grammy, who is here in spirit. To my 2 older sisters, and one of them's right there, thank you for being my role models growing up. You are my inspiration and motivation to become valedictorian, so I could brag about it the rest of your lives. Finally, to my mom and dad, thank you. I could never have done this without you. You instilled in me the importance of hard work and have supported me through all the successes and the failures, and loved me no matter what. It's because of your guidance and belief in me that I'm speaking here today. So thank you. 4 years may not seem like a long time in the grand scheme of things, but it represents nearly a quarter of the time we've been alive. Considering how much of our lives we actually remember, high school has been nearly our entire lives. And as I look back on our time at LHS, there's one critical lesson that I've learned and think that everyone in the class of 2025 should relate to, and that is the importance of perseverance. The need for perseverance arises for everyone in different ways. In late January, I broke my leg. This injury ended my senior and final track season. Because of this unexpected ending, I struggled. I struggled mentally to process it, physically through the recovery and pain, and its difficulties endure until even today. And yet, you all saw me walk onto the stage today. And like all of you, I persevered through the classes, homework, and exams of the last several months, despite the senioritis. We all have things in our lives that require us to persevere. Life gets hard. Issues reveal themselves without warning, whether it be in seemingly mundane events or in predictably large showings. Despite this, we all keep moving through these unexpected turns. The question is, how much speed do you keep through the corners? As we leave this stadium today and receive our diplomas, I want to ask my fellow class of 2025 graduates to follow me in one thing. Don't lose your speed. Take on the challenges of life boldly and achieve your full potential. Persevere through the downturns and come out the other side better than you were before. Don't give up when things get hard or take the path of least resistance. Follow what you believe in and form your own opinions, even if they might be unpopular. And remember to be kind to others, regardless of our differences. There's room in the world for all of us. Finally, amidst the excitement we are all feeling to become graduates today, I, like I'm sure many of you as well, have a feeling of sadness accompanying this period of our lives coming to an end. Like most of you, I've grown up here. I've been in Lebanon school since I was in kindergarten, And although we may not all be the best of friends, we've been together on this ride the whole time. So to all of my senior classmates, I wish you the best in life, no matter where you go from here. Become the person you want to be, surround yourself with people who support this goal, and keep persevering no matter what. We're going to do amazing things. Thank you.
At this time, I would like to invite the senior members of the LHS choir program to make their way to the stage. Under the direction of Mr. Joe Beal and accompanied by Sarah Davis, the choir will sing Vienna by Billy Joel, arranged by Jeffrey Bowen.
Now please join me in welcoming our superintendent, Mr. Isaac Sievers, to present the class of 2025 for certification.
I'm not used to having so many Isaacs on stage. Got out of order there. So, at this time, I'd like to have President of the Lebanon City Board of Education, Mr. Earl McCutcheon, join me at the podium, please. Mr. McCutcheon, I'm proud to present to you the Lebanon High School class of 2025. I certify that they have met all the graduation requirements of the State Board of Education, the Ohio Department of Education, and the Lebanon City Boards of Education. I present to you, for the awarding of diplomas, the Lebanon High School class of 2025. You all ready for this? Let's get going.
On behalf of the entire Board of Education of the Lebanon City School District, Warren County, Ohio, I accept these candidates for graduation in the class of 2025. Diplomas signifying completion of all state and local requirements may be presented at this time. Mr. Reynolds.
Graduation from high school is a milestone in the life of a student and their family. As we move to awarding of diplomas, we ask that you respect the dignity of the occasion. Once diplomas are conferred and the class has been dismissed from the arena, we ask everyone in the audience to remain seated until our graduates have left the aisles. Your graduate will be able to pick up their diplomas and join you outside before returning their gowns to graduate services at the south end of the building. Again, it is imperative that you remain in your seats and keep the aisles clear until all the graduates exit the arena at the same time to receive their diplomas. At this time, Mr. Auer, we will begin the reading of names, beginning with our class officers.
Your class of 2025 officers are Addison Jovi Lamb, magna cum laude. Isaac Nicholas Parlett, summa cum laude. Alexa Elizabeth Cool, summa cum laude. Elise Ray Fox, summa cum laude. Connor Benjamin Franciscus, summa cum laude. McKenna Jean Hensley, magna cum laude. Claire Ashley Hurst, summa cum laude. Alexander Michael Klein, summa cum laude. Samuel Benton Kerner, summa cum laude. Grace Deborah Lauder, summa cum laude. Tracy Lynn Leopold, cum laude. Nolan Angelo Leverage, summa cum laude. Hudson Christian Newman, summa cum laude.
Linda Abbott. Bryn Marie Apt, cum laude. Grace Marie Allen Adams. Anna D. Addis, summa cum laude. Gerardo Aguirre. Natalia Aguirre. Evelyn Ulisa Albright. Bryson Wandison Allen, magna cum laude. Xander James Allen. Noah Daniel Sterling Alford. Dallin Joseph Allred, magna cum laude. William Jeffrey Alt, summa cum laude. Connor Nicholas Altum. Haley Alexis Anderson, magna cum laude. Ava Jane Andrade, summa cum laude. Isabella Elena Arias, cum laude. Aiden Richard Armstrong. Chloe Jean Arnold, cum laude. Nicholas Richard Ash. Austin Kane Ashcraft, cum laude. Elena Faye Eisen, cum laude. Brody Dylan Back. Ethan Michael Baez, cum laude.
Adam Joseph Bake, cum laude. Shaylin May Baker. Parker Garen Bales. Elena Renee Barr, summa cum laude. Aaron Nicholas Barton. Ryan Edward Barton. Eric Allen Bain, summa cum laude. Joshua Christopher Bevan. Mallory Denise Bell. Christian Emmanuel Betancourt, summa cum laude. Alyssa Marie Blades, cum laude. Leah Jolene Blanton. Gracie Lynn Blevins. Bryce William Bowman, cum laude. Allison Elizabeth Bondurant, summa cum laude. Campbell Sandra Borkeman, summa cum laude. Drake Robert Brandenburg. Alexis Nicole Breitbart. Evan Lewis Brewer, magna cum laude. Stella Marie Jean Brewer. Nathaniel Frederick Briner. Rose Cecilia Brinkman, magna cum laude. Aiden Daniel Brown. Aubrey Lynn Brown. Audrey Elizabeth Brown. Joseph Russell Brown. Kylie Madeline Bruce. Cole James Buchert, summa cum laude. Lauren Ashley Fornshell Buck. Mary Kathleen Bunting. Nadia Madeline Burke, summa cum laude. Callie Ray Burrows. Matthew Paul Butler, Jr. Lucy Elizabeth Bynack. Raylyn Marie Bird. Kylie Grace Cahill. Tyler Patrick Callahan, summa cum laude. Zachary Thomas Callahan.
Aiden Miguel Camarina. Alyssa Lynn Campbell, magna cum laude. Austin Mark Campbell. Liliana Elaine Campbell, cum laude. Colton Matthew Cannon. Lydia Grace Carlson, magna cum laude. Callahan Elizabeth Carroll, summa cum laude. Michaela Shea Love Casserly. Andrew Christopher Castle, summa cum laude. Aubrey Catherine Castle. Enel Paulina Chichagua Reyes. Jenna Victoria Shalecki, cum laude. Jackson Wayne Chance, magna cum laude. Avery Scott Chapman. Nicholas Ian Christensen, summa cum laude. Garrett Michael Cobb, summa cum laude. Nathan Alexander Cochran, magna cum laude. Cameron Sean Coleman. Kaylee Morgan Collins, cum laude. Sarah Lynn Cope, summa cum laude. Katie Elizabeth Cornell, magna cum laude. Haley Jane Cornett. Bige William Michael Couch. Braden Robert Crockett, cum laude. Nolan William Cummings, magna cum laude. Elena Gabrielle Dameron, magna cum laude. Matthew Lucas Darby. Zaman Javier Davenport. Joshua Scott Davis. Talon Michael Davis. Evan Riley Deathridge. Van Lawrence Ramirez Dela Cruz. Brock Joshua Dement. Luke Joseph DeMichael. Annabelle Rose Denny, magna cum laude. Morelli Diaz Hernandez. Abigail Louise Dilbone, magna cum laude. Jocelyn Banguidi Dishwami. Gabriel Dixon Dorfmuller, cum laude. Amanda Staton Duff, summa cum laude.
Andelyn Brooke Duning, magna cum laude. Micah Neal Early, summa cum laude. Adelaide Catherine Eby, magna cum laude. Cameron Wayne Edmondson. Austin Frederick Elam. Kendall Michelle Ellison, summa cum laude. Braden Jeffrey Eve. Catherine Marie Everett. Nicholas Gaither Everett, cum laude. Allison K. Faulkner. Christian Thomas Feldkamp. Riley Nicole Fielman, magna cum laude. Miles Jeremy Finley, summa cum laude. Hunter Scott Finley. Aubrey Elise Fitzgerald, magna cum laude. Allison Brooke Flitner. Andrew Jaden Foley, cum laude. Aiden Shane Ford. Evan Tyler Fox. Cameron Delaney France, cum laude.
Grace Elizabeth Gabriel, magna cum laude. Mark David Garcia. Austin David Gentry. Benjamin Ryan Germain, cum laude. Slaven Tihimirov Gechev, summa cum laude. John David Gifford, summa cum laude. Bobby Marie Gilkerson. Sebastian Cole Glarden. Hannah Jennifer Glassmeyer, summa cum laude. Tanner Thomas Glossner. Josue Godinez Raya, summa cum laude. Jimena Gomez de la Rosa. Addison Claire Gruey, cum laude. Hannah Lynn Grog, summa cum laude. Olivia May Grossclose, summa cum laude. Alacia Mariana Grundy, magna cum laude. Cameron Diego Gutierrez. Diego. Ethan Russell Hall. Landon David Hall.
Carson Matthew Hamilton. Noah Christopher Hamilton. Cameron Arden Saku Hardrick. Emily Sue Harrington. Haley Ann Harrington, cum laude. Dante Julius Harris. Ethan Joshua Harrison, cum laude. Carson Kenneth Hauser, cum laude. Dawson Joseph Haygood. Cameron Frank Healy. Abigail Marie Helsinger. Ava Grace Hessling, cum laude. Trajan Marcus Highland. Indiana Carolyn Hill Heisler, magna cum laude. Justin Scott Michael Hoff. Leah Noel Hogan. Wesley Michael Holdcraft, summa cum laude. Braden Christopher Hopping, summa cum laude. Ellie Rose Horst, magna cum laude.
Nathan James Hounshell. Kate Madison Howie, summa cum laude. Sarah Nicole Hubbard. Eric Andrew Huddleston, cum laude. Aaron Nicholas Hutchinson. Madison Lee Inlows, summa cum laude. Cole Thomas Jacobs, summa cum laude. Kennedy Lorraine Yauk, summa cum laude. Sophia Grace Jennings, summa cum laude. Chloe Elaine Jerica, magna cum laude. Hannah Isabel Jerica. Colin Avery Johnson. Emily Hope Jones, summa cum laude. Kaylee Elizabeth Jones. Princess Zayla Nicole Jones. Riker Edwin Jones. Noah Tally Juliuson.
Trinity Joanne Kalmeyer, summa cum laude. Elijah James Keaton. Grant Otis Kiefaber, summa cum laude. Trace James Keller, magna cum laude. Brooklyn Cheyenne Kennedy. Juliet Audrey Kent, summa cum laude. Alexandra Logan Kephart, summa cum laude. Kathleen Selden King, cum laude. Catherine Elizabeth Pletsley. Sierra Crystal Alexandria May Knapp. Megan Marie Knapp. Ava Lee Connect. Ian Anthony Kroger. Garrett Liam Lacey. Nikolai Liam Lagandong.
Hayden Joseph Landis. Mitchell William Langdon. Peyton Alexander Lawley. Ava Grace Lawson. Sophie Ann Ledford, summa cum laude. Ava Joyce Ledgerwood, summa cum laude. Sophia Marie Leonard, summa cum laude. Jane Patricia Luzinger, summa cum laude. Logan Gabriel Leshy, summa cum laude. Rubicella Yoselin Lopez. Alejandra Lopez Dueñas, magna cum laude. Mason Scott Lovey. Anna Rosemary Luke, summa cum laude. Skylar Leanne Lusby.
Gabriel William Lynch, cum laude. Henry Abram Gray McLeod. Kristen Avery Marnoka. Gregory Charles Marsh Jr., cum laude. Landon Stephen Marshall, cum laude. Paige Elizabeth Martin. Rihanna Faith Martin. Chantel Marie Martinez. Hayden J. Mazenheimer. Joseph Lynn Mason. Braylyn Athleen Maddox, summa cum laude. Daisy Miracle Ashton McAllister. Trayden Dean McCauley. Bailey Ryan Marie McConnell. Anthony Ryan Chad McCoy II, cum laude. Colin Roy McDonald. William Matthew McDonald. Montana Sky McLaughlin. Colton Matthew McHale. Ian Michael McIntosh. Avery Faye McKnight, summa cum laude. Alexis Gabrielle McClendon. Adrian Jonathan McNamara.
Samuel Lee Lloyd Mingy. Wyatt Logan Minnick. Alfredo Victorioso Mitchell. Humberto Daniel Monsivais de la Rosa. Malin Shaolo Monroe, summa cum laude. Ryan Patrick Moore. Gavin J. Morris, summa cum laude. Luke Taylor Morris, summa cum laude. Caitlin Dean Mounts. Kaylee Marie Mounts, cum laude. Jordan Jennifer Muller, magna cum laude. Aslan Poladovich Muktasimov. Austin Andrew Mullican. Carson Andrew Murray.
Logan Christopher Maisona, summa cum laude. Ella Grace Neary, summa cum laude. Joan Negrete. Chloe Lillian Pearl Nelson. Ethan Maurice Nelson, summa cum laude.
Jared Ryan Nemeth. Adeline Carol Newman, summa cum laude. Olivia Mary Newman, summa cum laude. Alexa Nicole Neisonger, magna cum laude. Caleb Michael Nolasco, summa cum laude. Ella Grace O'Brien, magna cum laude. Georgia Grace Oliver, summa cum laude. Linnea Morgan Olson. Madison Isabella Anke. Parker McGilly Oros, magna cum laude. Haley Nicole Ostrowski, magna cum laude. Nicholas John Otis, magna cum laude. Roy Sanjay Patel. Lillian Michelle Patrick. Robert Luke Peach. Landon Scott Peters. Alexia Lynn Peterson, cum laude. Xander Joe Pittman. Brent Nisley Plummer. Braylon Michael Pond.
Braisley May Price, magna cum laude. Christopher Lee Price. Bryson Marion Purcell IV, summa cum laude. Fatima Ramos Hernandez. Dylan Christopher Regan. Rachel Marie Redmond. Ethan Douglas Reffett. Callie Rose Reedmiller. Vivian Brianna Repka, summa cum laude. Julia Cheyenne Emily Reynolds. William Paris Richardson. Troy Braden Richmond, summa cum laude. William Graham Ryder. Jacob Michael Reilly. Taryn Daniel Riley. Catherine Elizabeth Riva. Clarebeth Ioani Rovero Salas. True Kai Robinson. Cameron Ridge Robinson. Antonio Nicole Rocacall.
Ian William Rail, cum laude. Carson Addison Romar, summa cum laude.
Anderson Hunt Roars, summa cum laude. Alexandra Madison Root. Caitlin Grace Ross, cum laude. Evan Michael Roten. Alexis Peyton Ryan, magna cum laude. Amber Renee Sarver, summa cum laude. Ethan Riley Savage. William Thomas Seville. Haley Marie Saylor. Libby Faith Schaefer. August Jacob Scheid, cum laude. Morgan Robert Schepker. Reese Danielle Schlimmer, summa cum laude. Tyson Carter Schmink, magna cum laude. Hayden Christian Schramm. Jack Christopher Schreck. Mira Lee Schreier, summa cum laude. Reagan Nicole Sellers, magna cum laude. Esme Virginia Shamleffer, summa cum laude. Emma Christine Shaw, cum laude. Addison Jane Chinsky. Isabella Rosalie Seavey, cum laude. Andrew Eric Silva Zambodio. Peyton Alyssa Slaughterbeck, magna cum laude. Jonathan Mitchell Slavin. Eva Catherine Stutt Sloan, cum laude. Alicia Nicole Smith, magna cum laude. Connor Jacob Smith. Logan Matthew Smith, cum laude. Lola Jolene Smith. Melissa Leanne Smith. Liam Aaron Sprague. Alexander Jacob Spurlock.
Jasmine Riley Stacy. Dylan Joy Stallings, magna cum laude. Aaliyah Nicole Stamper. Haley McKenna Steele. Braden Boyd Stewart. Kylie Jade Stewart, cum laude. Marie Ashlyn Stidham, summa cum laude. Charles Edward Stimmel III. Ariel Nicole Strickland. Callista Ali Strouth, magna cum laude. Isabella Rose Sundrup, summa cum laude. Braden Alexander Swank, magna cum laude. Emily Nicole Swartz. Megan Grace Terrell, summa cum laude. Ella Maria Tubner, cum laude.
Max Isaac Thamavong, magna cum laude. Tristan Eugene Tharts.
Maria Celeste Tommy. Jaslyn Rayana Thomas. Luke Philip Thrasher, summa cum laude. John Parker Thurston, cum laude. Julia Isabel Thurston, cum laude. McKinley Lee Tillison, cum laude. Cohen William Toms. James David Trammell. Lily Claire Traster, cum laude. Bryn Liliana Sueda. Rebecca Ann Yulee. Christopher Thomas Underhill. Mia Elizabeth Van Eaton, magna cum laude. Wyatt Bradley Vanover. Alban Value. Brandon Ten Vo, summa cum laude. Max Berg Walker, summa cum laude. Isaiah Lee Sean Darnell Warren. Andrew John Warrington. Jackson Robert Warrington. Malachi Allen Leroy Watkins. Lydia Faith Watson, summa cum laude. Matthew Ryan Weber, magna cum laude.
Jessica Helen Weichert, summa cum laude. Caitlin Grace Wellinghoff, summa cum laude. Lindsay Ann West. Alexis Linnell Williams. Benjamin Christopher Williams, magna cum laude. Cameron James Williams. Kaylee Danae Williams, magna cum laude. Reagan Addison Williams. Addison Bell Wilson. Amber Rose Wilson. Dylan Scott Whipperman. Noah William Wolf, cum laude. Nolan Matthew Woods. Elijah Cameron Workman. Andrew Kramer Wright, magna cum laude. Alejandro Jose Zagazeta. Orlando Andres Zagazeta. Nora Leticia Zambrano. Henry Devon Zavala.
And now for the turning of the tassels, Addison.
Members of the class of 2025, please rise. At this time, please join me in the turning our tassels from the right to the left to symbolize our transition from high school students to high school graduates. Graduates, turn your tassels.
Class of 2025. At this time, I direct you to please follow Mrs. Holdcamp and Mrs. Calvert's directions while leaving the floor. As principal of Lebanon High School, I hereby declare the senior class of Lebanon High School as graduated. Class of 2025, you are dismissed.
laude.